Hi, beloveds. This is Tamala, your empowerment priestess, and thank you for joining me today on this video where we're talking about art and how art can really change your vibration around creation and manifestation. If this is the first time visiting my YouTube channel, thank you so much for coming. Please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll get a notification each time I upload new videos every Wednesday. So what does art have to do with money? And I'm not talking about selling your art for money necessarily, though that is an option. But what I'm talking about is an area or an aspect of our creativity that a lot of people don't know about, they don't understand, and they don't talk about. And so basically, it's about your second chakra. And the second chakra is around your navel area. So it's where your belly button is. And this is the area that is responsible for sex, money, creation, manifestation, and children. And children can be anything that you're creating, okay? So what can happen when your second chakra is not functioning properly is that you can have issues with sex, you can have issues with money, you can have issues with creativity. And when I say creativity, it means ideas, interest, being able to keep your attention on things, being able to set and accomplish goals, being able to create intentions that you want and sticking to them. And then also being able to create something in 3D, like these paintings behind me. These are just some of the examples of creative aspects that I've done. I painted the ones at the top. The ones at the bottom here were gifts from an artist friend, and they inspire and delight me. And what happens when our second chakra is functioning properly is our sexual energy is running in a healthy way. We are able to have ideas and inspiration. We're able to create and manifest in the third dimensional world. And this could be a child if you want to get pregnant, or it could be creating art, or it could be creating ideas for your business. It could be anything. And so how do you juice your second chakra if it seems to be shut down? Well, the first thing that I would advise is doing a purge journal. And what this is it's an opportunity for you to really dig down and dig up all the gunk that's in there. And the reason I call it a purge journal is because you're purging all of this stuff that you don't need. And so it can be a cheap 3-ring binder. It can be a spiral notebook. It can be something really super expensive, $1 or less, because what you're going to do is you're going to write down everything that comes up, all your thoughts, all your emotions, all your memories, all your experiences, all the things that don't serve you anymore around sex, money, creation, manifestation, or children. And then when you're done writing all this stuff out, you're going to tear it out and you're going to get rid of it. And I'll talk about getting rid of it, options, in just a minute. But you're not going to go back and read this stuff because it has no more purpose, right? You don't want to bring it back into your experience by reading it and absorbing it again. What you want to do is you want to get rid of it. And so as you're writing, you may be crying, you may be cussing, you may be feeling all of these feelings, and that's wonderful because it's important to remember things have to come up to come out. And so if you find yourself pushing things down, you're not doing this purging correctly. And the purging literally is about digging this shit up and getting rid of it, not pushing it down. So it has to come up, it has to be acknowledged, it has to be released. And that's what this purging journal will help you do. So let's say you've done your purging journal, right? And you just bleh, everything out that you can possibly get out. And so you tear the pages out, and you can tear them up, and you can flush them down the commode. You can put them in the trash. You can do a burning bowl. That's what I do because I am a fire sign. And a burning bowl to me really resonates with letting things go, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That works for me. And if you're interested in how to do a burning bowl, I will post a video for that as well. So the idea of really being able to have your second chakra functioning properly and in fullness is really about you juicing your own inspiration, your own creativity, your own passion. And it's not just sexual passion, though it does include sexual passion. It's also your passion for life, for joy, for fun, for experiences, for doing things that you don't normally do, for looking beyond yourself, to looking beyond your experiences to something that is new and adventurous and an opportunity that could increase your wealth, your health, or your wisdom. So the first thing you do is you do the purging. Then the second thing you do is allow for the understanding that you've now created space. You've gotten rid of all of this stuff that you don't need. So you want to fill those spaces up in your second chakra with what you do prefer. And so you can either do this as a meditation, you can do this as a dance, you can sing, you can do it as a new journal of this is what I want. But what you want to do is you want to bring in what it is that you prefer. For me, I generally do this as a meditation. I'm a visual person, so I visualize divine light coming from the heavens, the center of the universe, from God, Goddess, from all my spiritual helpers, and it comes down through my crown, all the way through my body, goes into that second chakra, then anchors into the root chakra, which helps us bring things into the third dimension, and then all the way down into my feet, and then out the bottom of my feet into the earth. Because for me, completing that process is really important, because I don't want it just to be an airy-fairy thing, right? I don't want it to just be in my head. I want it to be in my real life. So I bring it all the way down into the earth. And then I start making a list, okay? I've inserted, I want to spend more time with my beloved in an intimate way. I want to spend time each day creating something new. I want to honor the inspirations that I get. I want to have conversations with my children more frequently. Whatever it is that you've decided to fill up that empty space with, what you'll do is you make that list. These are the things I'm filling it up. And then you're going to assign action steps. Because here's the big thing. You can visualize all day long, but if you're not actually doing something to make it real, it's going to stay up here in this airy fairy land. Okay? The law of attraction works when you shift your energy. And most of us are not expert enough at just shifting our energy. We have to actually do something in our third dimensional experience, which then shifts our energy. And here's the way that you know whether you can shift by just thinking about it, or if you have to do, is your life different? If your life is already the way that you want it to be, then you've mastered shifting your energy. If you still have aspects in your life that are not the way that you want them to be, and specifically today we're talking about second chakra, if there are aspects that are not the way you want to be, then you're going to have to actually do some effort. You're going to have to do something in the third dimension to change your third dimension. And that's not a bad thing. It's how we learn how to align and be congruent with what we want so that we know what it feels like, so that we can move forward through that, and so that we can change our vibration. So just as a recap, you want to identify where your second chakra is. You want to do a purge journal around anything that no longer serves you. You want to welcome in the new things that you want to be in your second chakra instead. And then you want to take some action in your third dimension that is going to align with these new things that you want. So please post in the comments, let me know what you're thinking about changing or shifting. I'm happy to encourage you. Also, don't forget to please subscribe and click that bell so that you'll get notifications when I upload new videos every Wednesday. Also, make sure that you check out the Love Warrior prayer that Archangel Michael gave me in 2017, and I will put the download in the description. Talk with you soon.